The tools to transform your life are at your fingertips. Are you ready to use them? In a world where technology connects us all, why let your dreams be limited by geography or circumstance? Take control of your future today and discover how one decision can change everything. Liam Tanner was a young man of 22, living in a small rural town in Iowa, a place where life seemed to pass in the slow rhythm of the seasons. The town was quaint, peaceful, and charming in its own right, but for Liam, it felt stifling. It wasn't that he disliked his town, it was the quiet hum of contentment that surrounded everyone, content with small, safe lives that made him feel out of place. Liam knew he was destined for something more. He'd always been drawn to the world of technology. Growing up, he found himself lost in the digital realm, playing games, watching tech tutorials, and reading about big companies and entrepreneurs who had made their mark in the world of tech. Despite this growing passion, Liam felt limited by his surroundings. The town he lived in had one small tech company, but the opportunities it offered were far from what he dreamed of. The nearest college with a solid tech program was over an hour away, and moving to a big city seemed like an impossible dream. He would have to leave behind his family, friends, and the simple life he knew. Liam had always been driven by his ambition to work in tech, especially in software development. However, as his college years passed, he noticed that his dreams felt more and more distant. He had no clear path or direction and felt discouraged at times. How could he make it in tech when he didn't have the resources or the proper connections? His friends often talked about moving to big cities like San Francisco or New York, but Liam knew that wasn't realistic for him. However, one night while he was browsing through YouTube, something changed. He clicked on a TED Talk by a young entrepreneur who had grown up in a small town just like his. The speaker shared his journey from growing up with limited resources to using online learning platforms and connecting with people in the tech community. The message was simple but powerful. Technology is not just a tool for entertainment, but a key to unlocking opportunities. That's when Liam decided to take his first step into the world of self-improvement. The next morning, Liam woke up with a renewed sense of purpose. He didn't need to leave his hometown to chase his dreams. All he needed was access to the internet, a device, and the willingness to learn. He immediately began researching online learning platforms such as Coursera, Udemy, and edX. He found free coding tutorials, podcasts about tech startups, and forums where tech enthusiasts exchanged knowledge. Liam's first decision was to learn the basics of software development. He'd always loved the idea of coding, but had never considered it a viable career in his small town. He enrolled in a free Python course on Coursera, deciding to commit an hour a day after his part-time job. That hour quickly turned into 2, then 3, as his enthusiasm grew. Each new concept he mastered felt like a small victory. By the end of the first month, Liam had built a basic calculator application using Python. It wasn't much, but it was his first real project. He shared it on GitHub, hoping someone might see it. To his surprise, he received feedback from other developers in online communities. Some praised his work, while others offered advice on how to improve his code. This sense of community was invaluable. He realized that the world of tech wasn't as exclusive as he had once believed. It was open to anyone with the drive to learn. One night, Liam stayed up late listening to a podcast about how many entrepreneurs had launched their businesses by building simple apps that solved everyday problems. This idea resonated with him. He wanted to create something that could have a tangible impact. He decided to focus on creating a web application that helped small businesses manage their inventory, a problem he noticed many local stores in his town struggled with. Liam's next few months were dedicated to honing his skills. He spent countless hours learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. While learning the technical aspects of coding, He also immersed himself in podcasts and articles about the tech industry, startup culture, and the entrepreneurial mindset. One of his favorite podcasts featured stories from successful entrepreneurs who had overcome obstacles and used technology to change their lives. During this time, Liam faced several challenges. There were moments when the code wouldn't work, when deadlines seemed too tight, and when self-doubt crept in. But every time he faced a roadblock, he reminded himself of the bigger picture. The internet offered endless opportunities for self-improvement, and as long as he kept learning, he would eventually get better. He reached out to online communities whenever he needed guidance, and their support kept him going. After 6 months of self-study and building small projects, Liam created his first fully functioning web application. It was a simple but effective tool for managing inventory for local businesses. He shared it on social media and tech forums, hoping to get feedback from real users. To his delight, he received positive feedback from small business owners in his area, and some even asked if they could pay him to customize the tool for their stores. This was the breakthrough Liam had been waiting for. With his growing portfolio of projects, he felt more confident in his skills and was ready to take his journey to the next level. The first freelance gig came unexpectedly. One day, Liam received a direct message on LinkedIn from a project manager who had come across his GitHub portfolio. The project manager was working with a local startup that needed help developing their website. They were impressed by Liam's work and wanted to know if he was interested in taking on the project. The offer was both exciting and nerve-wracking, but Liam knew this was the opportunity he had been preparing for. He took on the project, working remotely from his bedroom. The work was challenging but rewarding. He found himself collaborating with other freelancers, exchanging ideas and learning from their experiences. The startup was impressed with Liam's dedication and technical ability, and soon he was working on more freelance projects for other small businesses. As his experience grew, so did his reputation. He began landing bigger projects, including a contract with a tech company that needed a developer for a mobile app. It was the kind of work he had always dreamed of, but he still lived in the same small town, working from home and never stepping foot in a big city. By the end of the year, Liam had built a solid freelance career. He had a portfolio full of successful projects, a growing network of clients, and a steady stream of income. But it didn't stop there. One day, he received an email from a well-known tech company based on the West Coast. They had seen his work online and were interested in offering him a full-time remote position. The company was one of the leading mobile app developers, and it was a job Liam had always aspired to. He accepted the offer immediately. Liam had done it. He had used the power of technology to build his dream career, all from the comfort of his small town. Liam's story is one of perseverance, learning, and the strategic use of the internet to break down barriers. He didn't let the fact that he lived in a small town define his potential. Through self-learning, online communities, and the smart use of technology, Liam transformed his life. Looking back, Liam realized that the internet had not only given him the tools to learn, but had also provided him with the confidence to pursue his dreams. He no longer saw his town as a limitation, but as a place where he could thrive while using global resources to his advantage. Lesson of the story is, Liam's journey is a testament to the power of technology when used for self-improvement. In today's digital age, the barriers to success are lower than ever. You don't need to be in a big city, attend an expensive university, or have powerful connections. All you need is access to the right resources and the drive to learn. The internet provides a wealth of information, opportunities, and communities that can help you grow. Technology is not just a tool for entertainment, it's a tool for change. It allows you to learn new skills, connect with others, and build the life you've always dreamed of. Like Liam, you can leverage it to chase your dreams no matter where you are. The world is at your fingertips. Use it wisely, and there's no limit to what you can achieve.